Welcome everyone to Suzan Signature Success Show. My name is Suzan and today we have the honor to welcome Rafal Pikul. Rafal, I am so grateful to have you as guest today. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, Suzanne. Good morning, good afternoon. It depends where we are in the world. We are in two different countries and the audience is international. So I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for invitation.
Thank you for coming also. Could you please introduce yourself, who you are, what you are doing, where are you living?
Yeah, sure. And we had a little bit chat just before the show started, but just to make it a short story, because I can make it a long one, but I make a short one. So currently we live in London. I've got an amazing family, a 2-year-old baby and a beautiful wife. Been here for around 12 years. I'm originally from Poland, so I was born in Poland. When I was around 20, I moved to London, been here for around 15 years plus. Day to day, I run a content marketing agency where we help clients with strategy, production, and distribution of the content on social media. And what we're doing now, recording podcasts and audio and video, it's pretty much what we do day to day for ourselves and for clients. So we help them to do it, to plan it, do it, and promote it online. Over the years, I've worked on 100 plus different projects with few dozen different clients, anywhere from solopreneurs through small companies, all the way to giants such as Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk, Warren Buffett, and many other amazing companies. So that's what I do day to day. I like stretching, running, a bit of mountains, climbing if possible, and just enjoying the life.
Sounds amazing. For us, it's important always to have a why. Could you share with us why are you doing what are you doing?
Oh, very deep question at the beginning. Wow, why? There's this famous book by Simon Sinek, Start with Why. Yes, and it's I think the why changes in a way. Like it definitely changes for me. So when I was 10 or 15, I had a different why. When I was 20, 25. Now my first why, my priority would be, you know what? I've got a better answer to that. So I'm looking at my phone because I've got my wallpaper has a picture of my why, and I can share that for 2 seconds. So my wallpaper shows myself and my son, and then it says literally my why, and there are a few things written here. So let me just read it for you. So my why, the first one is Christopher, is the baby. It's the miracle of love between myself and my wife, and human are the most important. Anything else, any material things, bank accounts, cars, anything doesn't really matter if there is no human touch and love. So I think that's my most important why. Then on my list is family, because yes, Christopher is amazing, he's beautiful, but the family is a bit bigger. I've got a brother, my wife has siblings, we have parents, grandparents, and orphans. So the importance of health and happiness of family is really important. Then on my list here is health. Again, for us to enjoy our family, friends, and the time, we need to be healthy, both in our body and in our brain, mentally healthy. That's as important these days. So that's definitely why. So I want to do what I do because I want to be healthy. Then there are two more things. There is a God, and for different people it could be a different name. Some people call it energy. Some people call it different gods, depend on different religions in the world, and that's completely fine. And I think if it's positive, if it's good, if it brings you closer to what you want to do, go this way. And for me, spirituality, religion is important. And the last one, but as important, is money. And the reason I put it the last one, because each of these things, like, they link. Because if I want to take care of the Christopher, if he is my why, but I don't have money to buy him food and clothes, it will not work really well. Then if I want to be healthy, but I cannot afford good food, I need to have money. So I think everything kind of links together. But yeah, I hope this answer is cool. And when you asked me that, I thought about my phone, because I've got this reminder on my phone, my why, and these few things here. So that's all.
I see. This clarity that you have about your why is a sure way to lead to success.
Thank you.
The show is success, signature success, and I choose this name consciously. Everything is about success. Can you share with us some of your success habits?
Sure. And I think, again, it changes as we grow. You know, I think the most important habit we can have is adaptability and being able to adjust to the current situation. Again, I'm going back to the family and the baby, but before I had my 2-year-old, life was different. I had no babies, you know. Sometimes my wife was telling me that I'm a baby, but no, every now and then. Other than that, we had no babies. And then obviously when Christopher showed up, everything has changed. So the way I wake up and the way I, go to sleep, the timing, the traveling changed. So I think being adaptable to that, as well as being adaptable to the current situation, to work, to business. Obviously, what happened in the last year and a half with the pandemic, with this virus, we had to adapt so fast. We couldn't travel. A lot of businesses had to, stop or close or, permanently or for a bit of time. But so I think adaptability as a skill is really important. To give the audience something more tangible, I've got this morning routine, which I execute anywhere from 4 to 6 times a week. Again, depending on the life and situation and how well the baby sleeps or not. I usually wake up between 5 and 6 a.m. These 4 to 6 a week. I've got this 15 to 20 minutes ritual where I go downstairs, have a hot water with some lemon and maybe honey. I do a bit of a simple stretching, 5-10 minutes of yoga. Then I meditate/pray. It's a combination of these two. It's kind of a me time only. Then usually around 6 a.m. I exercise. It's either just on my own or I've got a trainer or with a friend. In the past, it was face to face. Now it's on Zoom, but we do it. And this exercise, this training could take anywhere from half an hour to 1 hour. And around 7 a.m. We spend time with family. So the baby is up and we make breakfast. And this time between 7 and 9 a.m. is the family time. It's the breakfast, it's the morning. Those of you who have kids, they know what it means. And then I start the day. So I think it's that. I think another important habit and kind of a skill when I think about that is importance of prioritization and time management. And over the years, I've been struggling with that one way or the other. But there's one thing that I've learned: if there is a task that you need to do, and it takes between 1 and 3 minutes, and it's fast, rather than writing it down in a notebook on your to-do list, it's better to do it straight away. Because if you have a task to log into your bank and make a transfer to someone you did transfer before. So if you have it set up, you go on your phone, you open the app. Usually it's already you are logged in because of the PIN or the face recognition. And then you press transfer to whom, confirm, done. It takes around 2 to 3 minutes. If I was to write it down as a to-do item, it probably will take me longer to plan it, put it in the calendar, to do it. So I think I didn't come up with it, but I heard it somewhere. If there's a task that lasts 1 to 3 minutes, it's probably better to do it straight away rather than planning that for the future. So yeah, there are probably a few more, but what do you think about that? What about you, Suzan?
Thank you for asking me. But I would say that what I'm hearing from you, you are very structural and disciplined. That is amazing. To have this discipline and structure, you need to have good values. Can you give some of your best values deep inside? We are going deeper and deeper.
Yes. It's 10:11 a.m. and you're asking these questions. Oh my God. Suzan, I think values in a way, at least partially, would be connected to my why. So a few things I mentioned there, family and a baby. So my value here would be responsibility. We choose to have a baby, and we need to make sure that we take care of the baby on many different levels. Emotional, food, clothing, shelter, all that stuff. To do that, to be able to do that, I think hard work. I will show you something. I have one tattoo on my body, and maybe 10, 20, 50 years, I will say, oh, I wish I don't have it. But who knows? I've got one tattoo, and this tattoo, and I think you've got a mirror, but it says work harder. So hard work is definitely a value for me, because I think, for example, in my business, running a marketing agency and getting results for clients, for example, with social media, we cannot control many things. So we don't know what's the current Facebook algorithm look like. We don't know what will be the mood of a person that will see our ad. We cannot control exactly, if someone will like or not the music or the photo. So there are many things we cannot control, but we can control how much work we put into it. And for example, if we make an advertisement for a project, we can make one ad and send it to people, or we can make 10 of them and send 10 of them, and maybe out of 10 of them, these 2-3 will be really great. So hard work is definitely a value, because we can control how much we put in, and then we can hope and pray and work hard to receive that. So a responsibility, hard work. I think that then kind of comes with that is accountability. It's just, if you say you do something, you do it. Like, there are 1 or 2 reasons in the world that you wouldn't. Obviously, we have sudden family situation and health issues, but that's one of the out of million. If that doesn't happen, there are no other reasons why we shouldn't do something. But I think we all grow to that, and it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 50 or 70, a different age for everyone, but that's important. So yeah, and I think last one, but probably as important, it's kind of connected to other things, but I think faith as well. Faith, that belief that things will happen okay and they will work out. I see you smile beautifully, because I believe you believe the same. But working hard is extremely important. But then, if in our mind and body and heart, if we don't believe, if we think, oh, it will not happen, or if it will probably destroy the message and the energy. And I know Suzan is a part of the work that you're doing as well, and I know a little bit of the work that you do. And yeah, so faith that things will work out is important. I went many different directions.
All is well, and I agree with you. I surrender and I trust life. Thank you. What I hear again, I can feel your passion about what you are doing, and that leads me from my next question. What inspired you to start this business, and can you give some tips how we can make this better?
Oh
Content.
wow. Yes. Marketing and content marketing. So how I started this business was the passion behind that. And again, what I currently do, as I mentioned at the beginning, is I run a Pikul agency that is a content marketing company that helps people with marketing. But if we think about that, what is current marketing? What is the content? It's showing some sort of a message to someone on the other side of the screen. It could be it doesn't have to involve screen, because we can do marketing in newspapers. We can put information on billboards, on high on roads. We can obviously write books and do other stuff, but most of the stuff these days is happening online. So that's why we focus on internet marketing. But if we go before internet, this kind of a marketing was just a human-to-human communication. 20, 30 years ago, Suzan, you went to your neighbor for a coffee and you just talked about, hey, there's a new shop. Oh, do you like this clothes? Oh, do you like that? Oh, let me go there. Oh, I don't like it. That was kind of a word of mouth or recommendation. So I believe today's marketing is a communication, using technology, so using the Zooms and the cameras and stuff like that. So I started that very early. I remember when I was 10 or 12, I already had interest into human, into brain, into communication. I like to learn. And when I was 15 or 16, I looked into hey, maybe I can study psychology, because it is about communication. I went different route. I studied English and so on. But when I was around 20, I started my self-development journey. So I went to different, and I think we haven't talked about that, but I went to different trainings. I did NLP. I went to see Anthony Robbins in London. I spent hundreds, if not thousands, of hours learning and watching, different things, and that helped me to communicate better with a person next to me. And then I got really into technology and social media and content and video and advertisement. And I thought, hey, if I know how to talk to people, let me combine it with technology. So that's what we do. So my passion for marketing agency came from passion to people, to, hey, I like to communicate. I like different ways. And I like technology. I was always a geek. I'm a guy, I'm a boy. So I like technology. So that's what we do. Currently, we create interesting strategies and pieces of content that can help our clients reach their objectives. So that's that. You asked me as well, a tip on content marketing, and it's really tricky, because I've got keynote speeches and workshops that last for anywhere from 2 to 6 hours on that. So how can I do it in a few minutes? But maybe let me help you, Suzanne. What you or your audience is possibly struggling with, like you doing your business currently, or maybe you've got friends or clients. Maybe ask me a question. What's your current issue with marketing, with social media advertisement? Maybe I can help you this way.
I can say the main goal with this podcast, probably you can support me with this. My main goal with this podcast is to inspire and transform, so that everyone who is listening take action to do whatever want to do, because not everyone is doing exactly what like or want. That is my main goal. If that is okay for you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I love the vision and mission behind what you do here. So what happens technically kind of behind the scene? So we connected on Facebook and said, okay, let's do it. I love that. We scheduled that, we jumped on a Zoom, and we've got a video call, you're recording this call, and we have an audio, you've got a microphone. I've got pretty good microphones here in my ears, it's good quality. So we record that. What will happen later, Suzan, with this recording? What's your process? And then I will tell you how you can improve it.
I have different steps, audio and video, cutting, downloading, and doing the best so that to reach the right people.
Okay, so we have this conversation, and it your average podcast, I think, because I listened to some, last between 10 and 20 minutes, maybe half an hour or so. After this one main video is finished, how many pieces of content on average show up online? We have this one, but what happens with the rest usually?
Oh, that's big, because that is my first podcast, and I'm following my intuition and doing what I feel is right. So that I'm using one video or one word audio and getting the best of it. If you can give me another tips how it could be.
Love that. Yes, so I can. So listen, it's amazing that you do what you do, and I think everyone should create something, because that's the way we communicate. Like this video and this audio, for those who listen, will reach hundreds, thousands, if not millions of people all everywhere, in a day, week, month, year. Then if we were to reach these people face to face, like go and knock on door, it's impossible. So amazing that you're doing that. Now, what can be done better, Suzan, is that if micro content is created, because if there is just one video or audio, you only have one chance to get to someone. You can repost this video or you can send it a few times, but it's still the same thing. For example, with the way you run this podcast, you ask your guest 3, 5, 6 different questions, and they give answers to that. What can be done, you can take this file. To be honest, we should take it separately. You can take the file, and I can take the file, and you can choose maybe 2 or 3 the most interesting moments when you say something about yourself, I say something about myself, and give a tip, and create these 2 or 3 minutes short pieces, and then you can create a short version and put it on Instagram. And then in the description of this video that lasts for 2 minutes, you can say, hey, listen to this answer by my guest, Rafal Pikul, or someone else. You can find the link to the whole conversation in my bio. And then in your Instagram bio, you have a link. When someone clicks, they go to the podcast so they can listen to the full version. And if you do that with few short pieces, so if you do it with 3 short pieces, suddenly you don't have just one video, but you have suddenly 4 different videos which can reach different people. Then what we can do, we can take a print screen of this conversation later on a computer, and this way we have a photo, and we can post the photo saying, hey, I just had an amazing interview with Suzan and Rafal, and we enjoyed it. And then we can create a vertical version for Instagram stories and for LinkedIn stories. And this way, suddenly you can have 10, 20, 50 pieces of content from one main thing, rather than just having one. Do you see the big difference here?
Yes, thank you. Wow. Now I'm getting better. Yes, thank you.
Welcome, very welcome.
Okay. Good. I will use this definitely. I'm coming back to signature success. And for me, signature success means vision for the future, what I'm focusing on. What could be your signature success?
Love that. Another deep question. Wow. I think the vision for the future that I would like to have for everyone, if they are happy to take it, including myself, I think it would be the ability to realize that we can do a lot, if not anything we want. So there may be some micro limitations of, okay, I want to go to the space. So maybe, most people cannot go as an astronaut and they cannot train because it requires a lot of learning and stuff like that. But maybe in 10 or 20 years, you can buy a ticket and fly to Mars and back, So it's, some things are still possible, and some are not. But 99% of things, I would say, are really possible if we decide that, if you realize it, if we realize that in our brain, in our heart, and then if we put hard work. Again, going back to my only one tattoo, which I'm happy I have it now. Who knows what will happen in 10 or 20 years? But if we combine the decision and work and focus, and if we allow ourselves, to think that almost everything is possible, and then we choose something and go for that, I think, that would be my vision. I would love definitely to give that to my son. I work on that, and I'm getting better every day. And again, it's ups and downs, but it's life. I think it's important that, yes, there are ups and downs, but it's important that we go, slowly high. Suzan, you look like a dance, So yeah, I think it's really important, because then there are a lot of technical things. There is, there are the skills, there are the people skills, then there is the technical skills, the marketing, the business, all that stuff. And it's really important. A lot of that can be learned online, at the universities, going to work and so on. Obviously, it requires practice, because if I've been doing marketing and social media and communication and content for 10 to 20 years, I know much better what to do faster than someone who didn't do it. It's normal, and the other way around. But this thing can be learned. I think what cannot be learned from books, I mean, it can in a way, but it has to be, implanted here, is the understanding that, things are possible, and let's not give up. Oh.
Wow. Your success is guaranteed. Good. Another one is coming. One I am question. I'm joking. Now, according to your life experience and knowledge, what is the most important thing to be successful in life?
Mm-hmm. Good question, and I think I think it kind of connects with the answer I gave before. It's the ability to, hey, make a decision. Hey, let's do something, and let's plan it, and execute on that. I think it's really important as well to have a balance, because we don't want to burn out, and I think it happened to many of us, not to everyone. So a combination of hard work and rest, and recognizing when it's when is the time to do that. I think it's amazing to follow your passion as well, and I think in most cases that's really possible. It's just easier to work harder if it's something that you care about, rather than it's just numbers and business. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, understand. It's another way question. What was the most difficult life lesson you have ever learned?
What's the most difficult life lesson that I've ever learned? You've got good questions.
I love asking questions. That is what I'm doing. Love doing.
Yes, life lesson. Okay, so I will give two-part answer. One would be kind of more personal, and the other one more business related. The personal one would be we are capable of so much more than we think. So the lesson was that I'm thinking about my baby, because when our little one was born, we had to spend a few nights in the hospital, as people usually do, and just 2-3 days before the baby was born, my wife didn't sleep well, and I was kind of in the same situation. Then Then the birth, happened through the afternoon and night, so we didn't sleep at all. And then, as most people do when the baby is very little, it kind of sleeps for 2 hours and eats, sleeps for 2 hours and eats, and it's like all the time. It doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. So we didn't do that. And so what I've learned, and what was the lesson, is that I could do so much more than I think I could do, because I pretty much didn't sleep for like 72 plus hours. It's kind of I nap on an armchair for 20 minutes, and then stood up to my baby and helped my wife and did all that stuff. In the same time, I still manage life and work, and I try to answer some messages. So that's that. But on the business side, I had this interesting day with Gary Vaynerchuk. So one of my clients and person I did some work with, a friend and a mentor, amazing human being, and Gary Vaynerchuk. We did this filming for his show in London 2-3 years ago or so. And I met him at 6 a.m. at a hotel in central London. We spent the whole day with him from 6 a.m. till midnight, literally a lot of meetings, travelings, filming, editing, a lot of stuff. We produce content. Then around midnight, it's a longer story, but it was, someone said, hey, it would be really great to have this content published next day. And I was meeting Gary at 6 a.m. next day, and it was midnight. But I really wanted to make it happen and accomplish that. So rather than going to sleep, which I don't really recommend doing often, maybe once a year, I stayed. I sat by my computer and I work on editing this video content for Gary from midnight till 5 a.m. Then at 5 a.m. I realized, okay, I need to take at least 1 hour for my eyes to close and my brain, so I can get tiny bit of a rest. So that for 1 hour, woke up, had a shower, met Gary, and we worked till 3 p.m. the same day. Then he flew back to New York City. I stayed in London, finished the vlog, sent it at 8 p.m. So 1 hour of sleep, extremely busy and fast day. And if someone asked me in the past, hey, do you think it's possible you can do that? It's such a big pace. I was like, no, it's probably impossible, but I've learned I can. So it taught me that we are capable of so much more if we have the right why and strength.
Great job. Congratulations. You did it. I'm proud. Is there something that you want to change in the world? If yes, share with us, please.
Yeah, so probably other than ending the world hunger and stopping all the disasters to happen, which would be amazing for everyone. I think it would be really great if everyone had access to technology, because it just open doors. If we look at some parts of countries which are much poorer than Europe, than North America, we look at parts of South America or parts of Africa or Asia, we can see that a lot of people don't see options. They cannot learn because either don't have even electricity, but then good internet technology, phones. So I think it would be amazing, and we do better at it. But that would be that. And by having access to technology, then we can read, we can watch, we can experience different things. So I think that could help, and I think that can bring much more good than bad, because there is the nasty side of the technology and internet. There are addictions that people spend a lot of time here, but there is more good than bad that happened because of that. Like, Suzan, how possible would it be for us to meet face to face in London or Berlin? I mean, it's possible, easy. You can take a plane, you can take a train, drive, whatever. but it requires, planning, time, all that stuff, and then setting it up. In this case, I'm in my, home office, you in your home office, and we have this conversation. If not technology, we couldn't do that. And I work and communicate with people from everywhere, from Sydney, from Bali, from California, and if technology didn't exist, we couldn't do that. So I think, let's. I hope the technology can help us.
Thank you. This is a small and general one. If you have one piece of advice, general, what it could be to give to audience?
Probably it would be that there is no one thing that can change everything.
Great answer. That's not
Probably.
one.
Yeah, it's kind of one. My one piece of advice would be that there is no one piece of advice that can change your life. In a way it is, but again, it changes. I think going with the flow is what you said, Suzan. Going with the flow, depends, where you are in your life, what's the stage, what's your mindset, what's your situation, where do you live, if you have a family or not, what's the priority. For some people, it may be really important to get, in a good health, and maybe, if they are overweight, they may want to drop weight to be healthy. Some people are really healthy, but they don't have work, or they are in debt. So I think it's recognizing what's important now and working on it, and knowing that it's a long game. If someone wants to lose weight, it will not happen in a week or in a month. It's almost impossible. It will happen significantly in 3 months. It's years process of changing habits. It's the same with work and business. Results will not come tomorrow. It's a long process. So not sure if it's a one piece of advice, but
I love it. Rafal, I really enjoyed the conversation with you. I think that a lot of listeners can benefit from your knowledge. Can you share with us how the audience can reach out with you?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Thank you very much, Suzan. So I can be found anywhere online by searching for my name and surname, which I'm sure it's at the bottom of this video, as well as in the description of the podcast. It's Rafal Pikul, Rafal Pikul. I'm on any and every social media platform. I love Instagram and LinkedIn. The business work and the agency can be found at Pikul Agency. So it's still my name, because it's my brand. I believe in a personal brand. So it's pikul.agency. Let's connect. I would love to help your audience as well, Suzan. If there is a question on marketing, content marketing, social media advertisement, please, write it in the comments or send it to Suzan. She can ask me, or send it to me directly, and I will be happy to help.
Once again, Rafal, thank you. I'm appreciating your time.
Great. I love this conversation. Let's do it again in the future if you want to. But I wish you a great day. It's an amazing sunny day in London. It's crazy. Usually the weather here is not great, but today is like 25 degrees. It's amazing. So I hope, for you, Suzan, and for the listeners and viewers, it's a good day. And I recently like to share this saying in the morning, which says, it's a good day to have a good day.
Thank you. I definitely will be happy again to welcome you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.